So this next drill is really focused on just you. You don't need any balls. You really don't need a person shooting on you. You want to focus on your footwork. There's two different scenarios you can be working on here. Wing to wing shooting, as well as cross crease shooting. So we're gonna focus a little bit more on cross crease because I think that's probably the more challenging thing to do, and it's certainly probably the lowest percentage saves that a lot of goalies make. So we want to focus on the specific technique versus the speed. This can be a really tiring drill. The beauty is, get out your iPhone, set it up on a chair, and you can film yourself doing this and really start to figure out the issues you might be having. I would really encourage you to film this because sometimes you don't realize when you're dropping your hands or where your footwork exactly is. And this is all about technique. So you really want to slow it down at first, make sure you're doing it perfect, and then speed it up as you get more comfortable. So when you're going from pipe to pipe, the first thing you want to do is provide a line of defense. In this scenario, it's going to be the head of your stick. So as you start on the left pipe or right pipe, wherever you start, for right-handed players, it's going to be a lot easier on this side of the field because that head of the stick is going to continue to provide a line of defense without crossing your body. When you lean to the right pipe, if you're a right-handed goalie, it's going to be a little bit more difficult. A lot of goalies have a tendency to drop their hands as they're coming across the crease before providing that line of defense. Attackmen are cute. They want to catch the ball and throw it to the top corner as soon as they can, as quickly as they can. So our job is to first and foremost provide that first line of defense. So step one is going to be to keep your hands up, jam that head of your stick into the net. I can tell you that a lot of referees will not call it if you make a save inside the net, as long as your momentum is coming out. That's something we've always taught our goalies, is to provide that first line of defense. So open up, jam the head of your stick. As I open up, my hips are now square to the shooter. So while I have one line of defense, I now have part two of the defense, which is my chest. And as I open up, now I can hop, reset my weight, and I'm balanced to be able to go make that next save. On the right pipe, it's a little bit more challenging for me. As a right-handed player, I don't want to drop my top hand. I've created space for them to put the ball in the back of the net. I'm going to throw my top hand across my chest, opening up my toe and my hips, and as I come out, I land on balance to make the next save. So we're going to speed up a couple of these now. We're going to go back and forth, specifically watch the head of my stick, how low it comes, as well as my toes as I'm opening up to provide that line of defense. We'll go back and forth here for a couple. It can become a really tiring drill, so take your time early on. Make sure you're focusing on the head of your stick and your hips staying square, landing nice and balanced. So that's our cross crease drill. Again, please take your time. It's not easy, it doesn't come natural. But the more and more that you get reps at that, you'll find yourself doing that naturally, not only from pipe to pipe, but from wing to wing. A lot of goalies can make saves when you see the shooter and there's time and room. As the ball starts to move, that's when we lose our footwork and our hand placement. Take your time, master that thing, and you'll start to rob some attackmen on the crease.